Hey gang, this is Mike with my Real Estate Dojo, and today's tip is about how to get the best deal on a car. Again, how to negotiate the best deal on a new or used car, okay? I prefer, this technique works really good with new cars, if you want to buy a new car. Now, where's my experience come from? You know, I own a moving company, and I bought a fleet of vehicles, trucks, big rigs, trailers. I bought significant amount of motorcycles. I bought jet skis. I bought ATVs. I've owned multiple amount of cars for different businesses and for my own personal. So through all these years of buying, I've learned how to really negotiate with a new car dealership. And now I'm going to share that stuff with you so you could win. And I'm going to go through a couple of them. The number one thing you should do is you should never negotiate a number off the MSRP. For example, I want $3,000 off. I want $5,000 off. You should never do that. The way you should do it is a percentage off the MSRP. For example, when I'm right now negotiating with Nissan dealership to buy a 2016 or 2017 van, okay? And the way I'm negotiating with these guys is that I'm offering them 19% off the MSRP off a 2016. No, I'm sorry. I'm asking them 19% off MSRP on a 2017. And right now we're in 2016. Or I'm willing to work with them on a 2016, but I'm asking 22% off plus a free hitch installed. And there's been a dealership that's already accepted my offer, okay? So point number one is never negotiate the number. Like I'm on $3,000, I'm on $5,000. Always negotiate a percentage. Why do I say that? Okay? I'll explain to you a little bit later. But let's get to point number two. The point number two is you should never go to the dealership. So I'm gonna buy a Nissan, so I'm gonna look for my nearest dealership and I'm gonna start negotiating with them all online, okay? Now they're gonna try to persuade me to come in there, to test drive it, this, that, all that crappy stuff. But I tell them straight up, I'm not gonna come in there till the numbers are right, okay? So the number two thing is never go to the dealership till you negotiate everything out. Okay. Number three tip is let's say you go on their website, this dealership's website, and there's like two cars you want, or let's just say one car you want. But let's say in that style, like in my case, the Nissan NV200, the dealership I'm talking to, they have like 36 vehicles like that, and the one I really want is the black one that's fully loaded. But when I start negotiating with the dealer, I'm always talking about the percentage off. And the dealer's gonna say, well, give me a stock number. And I let them know, dude, I just want it off the fucking any car I want. But just for the case right now, for you to have a stock number, I'll give them a car that's not really what I want. So if I really want a black one, I'll give them a different car that's fully loaded exactly the same, but it's a different color. And the reason I do that is because these dealerships could pull up other cars from other dealerships, and if they're the only one that has the black one that I really want, then they know they have power over me. So what I'll do is I'll give them a generic color that's fully loaded, like comparable, but it's a different color, the one that a lot of dealerships have. That way, they don't think, you know, that they could have a better leverage on me. But I let them know over and over, dude, I'm just talking 20% off MSRP off any car. I'm not just talking about this car, okay? But here's a stock number just in case, for you can just take it to your manager. So point number three is, if you want this car, don't negotiate on this car, negotiate on this car, okay? And there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, I told you, because the dealership can search other dealers, and if there's a color you want and they're the only one that has it, or there's only one or two other dealerships that have that color, it gives that dealership more power over you. And number two is, let's say you've negotiated hard and you weren't able to get the number you want for that specific car. then you could always go back and say, look, dude, what about I'll give you 20% on this car, the one that you really want, okay? Because now you got them to lower their price as low as possible, okay? So point number 3 is, don't negotiate, don't tell the dealer what car you really, really want, okay? Pick a different car that has all the same features, right around the same price, and negotiate that, and at the end of the day, you can slip it up and say, this is the one I really want when the numbers are all ironed out, okay? The next point is, never, never, never go to the dealership without getting the sales order, or what I call bill of sale. What I'm saying is, once I negotiate with the seller, let's say my 20% off, 22% off of 2016, and they agree to it, then I say, hey, send me a bill of sale so I can look at all the fees, which includes, let's say, title, taxes, and all the junk fees they're gonna add on to that. And once they send that to me, then I'll go ahead and renegotiate all these little fucking fees that they hit up, like filing fee, like doc preparing fee, and all this bullshit. And the reason I have them send me that information over is because I'm not gonna drive out there and then have them waste the dealer, have the dealer waste my time 20, 30, 40 minutes back and forth negotiation, and then it doesn't give me as much leverage because they know I'm motivated, I'm already there. So the next thing I do is, once I negotiated 20% off the MSRP, I say, send me the sales order. They send it to me, and then I audit all the fees that they're trying to charge me, and I negotiate that. Then once they agree to my new terms, then I will go on there to the dealership and pay for the car right then and there. So I'll never drive to the dealership, point number 1. Point number 2, I never negotiate a price like $3 grand or $4 grand. I never do it like that. I just do it a percentage off the MSRP. Point number 3 is, I'll let them know that I'm not picky. I don't give a fuck what car it is. To me, it's all about the numbers, and I want this percentage off any car they have on the lot. Okay, because all I care about is numbers. I don't tell them I want this car, or I want black, or I want green, or I want this. I don't tell them any of that stuff. Okay, it's none of their fucking business, dude. What I want to know is, are they going to give me the number that I want? If they're willing to give me the numbers that I want, we'll make the deal happen. Okay? The next point is, to summarize it, always once you negotiate the final price, always get them to give you a sales bill for all the prices you got to pay. So you can see all the fees they're going to charge you for tax, title, and TTL, whatever they call it. And then always negotiate those junk fees, because you don't have to pay the filing fees and prorated tax fees, and you don't have to pay for all that. They charge people that, but it's not by law you have to pay that. And dealers do that to make some extra money, even some extra 300, extra 500. See, so make sure you do that. The other thing I like to do with the dealer is that, since I'm negotiating over the internet, and I'm not willing to go up there, and dealers are willing to only give you, usually they're only willing to give you a good deal if you go up there, supposedly. But for me to let them know I'm a serious buyer, I always send them a proof of funds. So let's say if the car is $25,000, I'll send them my banking account that has that amount in there to let them know that, dude, I'm not bullshitting. I'm ready to execute. It's all about the numbers. If the numbers work, I could do it. So, but here's a warning for my next point. When you show them the proof of funds, sometimes if you pay all cash, the dealer, sometimes they can give you a better deal if you finance. So I let them know, hey, here's my proof of funds, but I can finance it, I can pay cash, it doesn't matter. Whatever that's gonna help you get to give me the best deal. Because sometimes, for example, with Nissan, like if you finance it through Nissan, they're willing to give you incentives. So, okay, I show Nissan, hey, the dealership, I got the money, the $25K to pay cash for this. But if you give me a better deal, if I had financed it, I don't care, I'll finance it, because I'll make one payment and then pay it off. Okay, or I'll just make the monthly payment, it doesn't matter. All I care about is how much of a discount I'm getting, and I don't give a fuck if I have to pay all cash or I'll have to finance it. Whatever works for the dealer. So I'm flexible there. I'll let them know, hey, I'm flexible, I could do either way. But the reason I show them the proof of funds is to let them know I'm a bona fide buyer that's ready and willing and able to buy, and it's all about them to give me the numbers that I want. Okay, guys? So those are some crucial tips on negotiating to get a new car. If you want to buy a used car, it's kind of the same, but it's a little harder because on a new car, you can compare apples to apples, where on a used car, it's not like that. Does that make sense? But even if I was going to buy a used car, I would do all my negotiation over the internet. I would not drive to the dealer. Sorry, guys. Driving, my phone fell. So pretty much those are some tips to save you thousands of dollars. For example, right now I'm working on buying a 2006 or 2007 Nissan NV. These cars are selling for $24,000. I've got it. One dealer already accepted my offer at 22.5% off MSRP plus a free installation. Guys, this is like a $24,000 car. They're willing to give it to me for almost like $17,000 and some change, dude. Almost $18,000. So I never negotiated on the price. I only negotiated on the percentage. And the great thing is when I show up there, I can then go to their inventory and get the same exact percentage off any car that I want instead of that specific car that I negotiated with, because I'll let them know, hey, I want this percent off any car. Okay? And here's another reason I forgot that you shouldn't just negotiate on that one specific car. See, a lot of times when the seller says, well, pick the car you want, and then you pick your number one car and you let them know, and you negotiate it off the internet, and then you come up with a price, and you go there, let's say it has more miles than they was stated on their website. If I'm gonna buy any car, I'm not gonna buy any car that has more than 10 miles on it. You know, I'm not gonna do that, dude. It's just stupid, you know? So if I get up there and the car had 100 miles on it, I'm not gonna buy that car. So if I negotiated on that car X, and I did all this time in negotiating, I drove out there and it had more miles than I wanted, now I have to go back to the drawing board and renegotiate with these fucking salespeople all over. And they're not gonna waste my fucking time. See, if I negotiated percentage off any car I want, then if I got to that car that I really wanted, and it had more miles on it, then I could go to the next car. Or what if I got to that car and it had a scratch on it? And I don't want to buy a brand new car with a little scratch on it. Fuck that. I'm buying a new car. I want to look perfect. So, and the reason I've learned this is because I've negotiated deals with the dealer. I went there and the car had a little scratch, and then I had to renegotiate the whole thing on another fucking car. And I was like, man, I'm never going to do that again because it's such a big hassle. Or I've gone to a dealership and on their website says the car has 3 miles, and I got there and the car has 300 miles. And I'm like, fuck that, I don't want this deal. And then I had to go back to the drawing board and renegotiate. Where now the way I do it is I just do a percentage, dude. It's like I let them know over and over, it's this percentage, dude. If I come out there, I don't want this car, I want another car, I'm gonna only do this deal. Are you guys okay with it? And if they're okay with it, I have it in writing, then I go there. If they're not okay with it, I'm not gonna go there, dude. And I need that bill of sale that shows everything on there, dude. How much I'm buying the car, how much discounts they're giving me, what the taxes are, you know, what the filings are, everything. If I don't have that, I'm not going up there, man, okay? So, let me tell you some things about the don'ts. Don't tell the dealer what's your favorite car, what color you're looking for, what are your things that you're looking for, because they'll use that thing against you, okay? The other don't is, don't be a motivated buyer. You know, like I'm really ready to buy a Nissan, but I could wait, dude. I'm not gonna run out there. I don't give a fuck what they say. I don't care if they say they're selling fast, this is the only one in town. I don't care what they say, dude. I could be patient to get the deal. So don't be a motivated buyer. The other don't is, don't run out to the dealership, dude. That is the biggest mistake you can do. Don't run out there because they're just gonna waste your fucking time, dude, okay? The other don't is, don't believe them saying, let me take it to my manager. Because what salespeople do is they use the higher level of sales, like what banks do with houses. They got the sales guy, well, you know, and then they have the manager. the sales guy is your friend supposedly, or sometimes he's the bad guy, and the manager can be the good guy or the bad guy, and they play you off of you. They know which they could give it to you, and they say, oh, let me take it to the man. Let me take. I eliminate all that shit. I say this is what I want to pay, and that's it. No matter what other questions they ask me or whatever, I keep repeating the same shit to them. I just copy and paste it. If you don't want it, I'm ready to move on. Okay. The other thing I tell you not to do is don't start negotiating with like 4 or 5 dealerships at one time, because it'll confuse you, dude. You have all these people asking, you know, it'll confuse you, and then you don't know what the good deal is. One of them may piss you off, and you're not gonna go back to them. Where if you talk to the first guy and you get the percentage you want, then go buy from him. There's no reason to shop around, dude. Like I wanna buy 22%. If somebody gives it to me, I'm gonna go there, and I know 22% off MSRP is a hell of a deal, dude. I don't have to go ask another one. If one I negotiate with that only gives me 18, then I'll go negotiate with somebody else. And then if they give me the 22, great. If they don't, I will go to a different dealer. So I just do one dealer at a time, and one of the biggest mistakes I've done is to negotiate with multiple dealers at one time, and then I'm out of dealers. Okay, so do one dealer. If you don't get what you want, go to the next dealer. Use the information you got from this dealer to know what the best it can give you. For example, I've already got a dealer that's willing to sell me a 2006 Nissan NV for 22% off MSRP, plus they're gonna install a free hitch. So if one dealer can do it, all other dealers can do it, dude. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm pushing them to do more than 22%. If I get in an argument with that dealership, or they try to do something sneaky, then I will go to a different dealership and try to get more than 22%, but I'll settle for the 20, okay? But if that dealership is willing to give it to me for 22% and they're honest about it and they're cool, they're not sneaky, I'm there. I'm gonna go buy it because that's what I want, dude. If they're willing to give it to me for what I want, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna shop around because time is money. All right, gang, if you like these videos, please like, please share, please comment, and tell your friends and family about me. See you later, gang.